ESO will finally die in 2044? What the hell? Let's get into it. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video I'll be discussing, apparently the game is going to be going all the way to the year 2044. So regarding the new ESO leadership roundtable discussion, they've been talking about the future of the Elder Scrolls Online and what is going on with it and what they're planning. But I myself thought the game wouldn't last particularly much longer, maybe 4 or 5 years, but apparently in this discussion they've had, their plans are a lot bigger for a lot longer. So as we can see, it says ESO has been around for over a decade now. How do you see the next 10 years unfolding? They said I can't wait for the next 10 years of ESO. So 10 years is an incredible achievement. So they're basically planning the next decade, building amazing foundations and expanding upon the world, deepening the stories. So the game is going to be lasting at least 10 years, which is more than what I would expect. But as we go down here, they say that I believe ESO is a 30-year game. So they're planning to keep the game going for a very, very long time. So the game released all the way back in 2014. So we're 10 years down already, or 11 years. And they're planning basically to keep this game going to at least to the 2040s, which is absolutely insane. A lot of players, including myself, just thought the game would eventually die within about 3 or 4 years. So there are no plans to stop this game. Like I said, the player base is not huge. It's fairly decent and fairly consistent, but the game, it definitely has a lot of pain points and problems that need to be addressed. And I do feel if the game is going to be going on for decades more, these things are going to have to be addressed and will be addressed. So, of course, the big ones are the performance, the lag, skills not firing, all that stuff has to be addressed, and my guess will be addressed. And also, the next big thing is the cross play, with all the consoles and PC being able to play together, cross saves. That is something that's definitely going to happen. But yeah, it's just crazy to see that they actually are having big, ambitious plans for the Elder Scrolls Online. It's obviously still making money. There's obviously still players playing, and it's been very consistent. It's not the biggest MMO out there. I think it ranks about 18 or 19 on the MMO player base for all the players across. It's probably around about the 20-30k mark of consistent players per day, like over the course of a month. So yeah, that's what we're having, guys. The game is going nowhere. It's going to be basically for the rest of our lives. That's what their plans are. But like I said, if they have them sort of plans, they're going to have to address all the pain points in the game and keep pumping out content. So expect more zones, more features, and definitely you're going to get that performance that is going to have to be sorted. They're going to have to keep the PvP community happy. They're going to have to keep the PvE community happy, and there's going to be a lot more to come, obviously. So that is their plans, which is really crazy to see. It's very ambitious to say ESO will be a 30-year title. So obviously they're not planning on going nowhere with this game. They're planning on big things, and it's not going to be in maintenance mode as a lot of players thought, including myself. I already thought within about 3 or 4 years it definitely would eventually die, especially with Elder Scrolls 6 being released, but that can be put back indefinitely, just like we've seen with GTA 6. It just keeps being knocked back further and further. Plus, that is probably going to be a single player game, whereas the Elder Scrolls Online is a MMO. So we'll have to see how this pans out, guys. They reckon the game is going to last another 30 years or 20 years, because we're 10 years in already, and it's very, very ambitious to say that. But like I said, the game does have the potential to have that last ability, just like the World of Warcraft Online. That has lasted since 2004, so that's 20 years plus in already. But of course, that has a much more dedicated and bigger player base. But Elder Scrolls does have the potential if the issues are addressed. So we'll have to wait and see what they've got planned. But obviously, they've got big plans, and the game is basically going nowhere. So obviously, it's still making money, and there's still a consistent player base to warrant the continuation of this game. So yeah, that's it, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Does this game have the potential? I think it does. if all the issues are addressed and they keep pumping out good features and content, then it still makes money. We'll have to wait and see. So don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Like I said, just drop any comments of your thoughts. This is crazy to see, 30 years, ambitious. But yeah, we'll have to see how it pans out, how it goes. And I'll see you in the next video.